Okay, so we got the patch notes, and what you said when this patch notes are going to be implemented into the game, like next few days, right?
It should be in the next few days, later this week.
All right, and firstly it's gonna be on PTS, right?
Yeah.
And then as far as I know, they want to implement the PTS changes to the live game. I think in the end of June or
It,
mid-June, something
I
like
think it's
this.
mid-June. At mid-June, they should already be implemented, something like that.
That is good because players gonna have like enough
Yeah.
time to adapt to the game like before the QuakeCon finals. But let's see what are the changes. Like it's new stuff. So first one is it's added a new advanced video options menu, which so far contains the following new options: champion blood effects, disable blood on hit and death. Don't think it's too serious of a change. Fog volumes already off with low. Okay. Transparent particles, disable all the transparent particle effects and improvement over low. I think in general this patch, before we go through all, I think in general it aims into into people with weaker PCs so they can like lower their graphics and everything so they
Yeah.
can handle more FPS.
Exactly. Just an attempt to fix the performance on lower end PCs.
Mhm. Okay, screen space reflections. What's that even? Any
I
idea?
think, yeah, it should be on like terrains where you can have a reflection of something, like
Mhm,
sort of glass or mirrors, maybe water. Not sure if
mhm.
it's about water as well.
Okay, water caustic effects, color grading. Okay, normal mapping, weapon scorch marks, weapons and effects, maps, game updates, service updates. We can disable the NVIDIA reflex settings, which is also good, I think.
I think I have it on like on all the time. I don't even know what it does.
I think I have it off. Bug report. Okay. What is reverted NG, SNG starting and max ammo changes?
Because they did some, I don't think it went to live, but in a few
Mhm.
patches in PTS, a few patches ago, they tried to have more starting nail gun
Okay.
ammo
I
and
think
less of the nail gun ammo.
mhm. I think what is the most important here, I think, is the screenshot we've seen, and it's like literally the Picmip for Quake Champions, and it got me super excited, Bruno, because
Yes,
I don't understand. I mean, it got me super excited because I really don't know why they are doing this now after like
yes, that's
five
the
year,
thing, right?
6 years of Quake, because either they do that because they want to improve the condition of the game and they want to improve the FPS for a lot of players, so there's like less complaints and stuff like that,
Or
or
is it a goodbye?
no, or is it hello to the Quake again, and
Yeah, I
may,
hope it's that.
maybe they are doing it because they actually gonna try to like still like improve the game and still push it to the bigger waters and
That is my hope, right? Because they
yeah.
do this Picmip, and they're doing like with the other screenshot. It was a lot of performance improvements.
Hmm.
This should be to for them to show us that they're going to uh, work on the game even harder. So it
Yeah.
should be like a new hello.
Hmm. I will be super happy if they try to bring it to the esport again, like to the top esport, because
Yeah.
we know like the top esport is CS at the moment. It's like Dota, it's like League, and few others like Apex as well. No, maybe not Apex. I would actually, I don't know. Maybe it's my personal opinion, but I would actually rate Quake above Apex, esport wise.
Apex esports is weird. There's so much drama there all the time.
Yeah.
And it's a battle royale, so it's inherently random, but then there's crossplay, and it's basically every person on each kind of setup plays a different game. It's weird.
I remember back in the days when we played Quake 4, we we didn't have Picmip as well. We couldn't use Picmip. Uh, I remember cYpheR was so much in love with Picmip that he just wanted to play with it. So he kind of like he created Picmip with his like with different graphic programs on his like PC
Oh.
kind of. He kind of like created this Picmip and then he went to ESWC where it was banned and he used it and he was like he got the second place on this ESWC and a lot of people were like bashing him that he was cheating, that he couldn't use Picmip and he did, and then he had to switch it off. He switched it off and then he couldn't make it to the finals for another 2 or 3 years after that. And it got
Oh.
to his mind a little bit, but then eventually he won the first bigger event and then he kept winning. So it was good. But I remember that we couldn't use Quake for in Quake for Picmip. So I'm super excited right now. I think every single Quake Pro player will switch to Picmip now.
Yeah, my question is, will it improve FPS or only clarity? But even regardless if it doesn't improve FPS, if it's only clarity, everyone
Mhm.
will use it. Because competitively, it's a pretty big advantage.
Yep. And also, hmm,
There's another very interesting setting at
yeah.
the end of that.
Hmm.
Where is it? Like the last one on game updates.
Hmm.
Set a max FPS cap at 250, which means the FPS cap will be 250 for the game. No longer can you uncap the game past 250.
Okay. And
That's
where's
gonna be very interesting.
okay? Where's that exactly?
It's at game updates, the last one, on the one with Picmip.
It's like with the patch notes, right?
Yeah, yeah. In the patch notes where it says the Picmip, it's at game updates at the end. In the second screenshot.
Okay, in the second screenshot, I got the one open only, but never
Oh,
mind.
you were talking about Picmip. I thought you had the second one open.
I had the screenshot.
Oh, you had the screenshot. Okay, right.
Yeah, yeah,
It
like
is in the patch notes then.
yeah, yeah, okay. Anyway, yeah, that's true, but I think like some because right now the problem is everybody is using is capping the FPS differently. I actually
Yeah,
cap it on 250 at the moment, so I will be the same. Some people run it uncapped, some people cap it to 40 to 42. I already heard different kind of numbers. I just capped it to 50 and I don't bother my mind. I
same.
don't really want to,
But the thing with this is that cYpheR knows that the game gets a lot weirder when people have uncapped FPS. So if the FPS start going like above 300,
Hmm.
a lot of it kind of breaks the game physics. So that's
Hmm.
why, like even in Quake Live, when you had FPS, when we went from 125 FPS to 250, already
Hmm.
you couldn't hear some steps sometime. So if the
Hmm.
FPSs then maybe went to 500, then some rockets would maybe disappear as well.
Hmm.
And I'm fine with capping the FPS at 50. If it's if it's the same for everyone, then it's competitively it's great. And if it
Hmm.
makes the game better, then yeah, go for it.
I really have high hopes with this patch, and I really can't wait to see the game. I can't actually wait to see how the enemy model gonna look like on those graphics.
You got to keep in mind that these graphics are like low settings,
Hmm.
and I think Venger was doing a stream where he had ultra graphics and then Picmic on top of it, and
Hmm.
ultra graphics with Picmic on top of it. That actually looks gorgeous.
Hmm.
Like it looks amazing. It looks like that's how the game should have launched as.
All right. I think a lot of people will stick to the low
Yeah,
settings. I think definitely cYpheR will. I think cYpheR loves low
and
quality
cYpher will go low
graphics and with
with
some weird
320 to
yeah
200, and then
four
25% rest scale.
4:3 screen
4:3
with some
black crosshair.
huge big crosshair on the middle of his screen and everything. So yeah, I think but this is cool, you know why? Because it starts to look like every player will have different settings and they can play with it. They can save their settings. I wish to see the simple thing. I want to change my name in game. I want to change my game name in game. I want to like add colors. I want to have blue endpoint. I want to have like white Av3k, like colors, everything. Why they don't implement that? I would wish to see that coming. It's like little detail, but I think it's super fun for older people and for people from
Yeah,
Quake Live.
that's the thing. We did that in older Quakes, but it doesn't exist in almost any modern game, and I'm not sure why. Because it was a really cool stuff. Like I remember, I never really played Quake 3, but I've seen some
Hmm.
videos, and there were people that would change their name colors
Hmm.
on like their movement keys, so
Hmm.
they would be walking around and their name would be flashing, and I think
True.
that's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. That's super nice. Do you think like the Picmip alone will bring some Quake Live or Diabotical players to Quake Champions, or it's still not the game for them because there's too many champions? And like I did a podcast in the past with Baxin, and he had some desire to play Quake Champions and try to qualify, but as I see, he didn't sign up for any of the qualifiers. So you got people, hardcore Quake Live gamers, Diabotical gamers who cannot seem to switch to Quake Champions.
I think that there's a lot of things, right? And the visual clarity and performance issues of the game are definitely one of the big factors.
Hmm.
Because as for everything else, I think Quake is basically the same. Whether it's, I think most arena FPS are the same. Whether it's Diabolical, Quake Champions, Quake Live, Quake 4, Quake 3, the basic core game is all there, right? It's all
Hmm.
different versions of it. And if you're a competitive arena FPS player, I think you should always be where the tournaments are,
Hmm.
and it's Quake Champions.
Hmm.
If you're a competitive FPS player, you should be playing Quake Champions. And if your setback is that, oh, the graphics aren't to my liking, or I have
Hmm.
performance issues, then fair play. But with this, they're putting focus on the performance issues, and
Hmm.
they're improving the visual clarity. So there should be no reasons for, if you want to compete, for you to still be playing Quake Live or other
Hmm.
games.
Is there anything else we should notice in this patch notes?
Let's see. It's just performance issues, Picmip, small number of fixtures. I think the Picmip and the FPS cap at 250
They are
are
huge
the big
factors,
ones.
yeah.
And then the new stuff, which was like the Champion's Blood, fog volumes, transparent particles, reflections, etc., are just
Hmm.
a lot of, like, almost like 15 different small performance improvements. I like to see that.
Same, same. I cannot wait to see that, and I think as soon as we're gonna have it on PTS or like on live patch, then I can maybe record some more. But for now, I just wanted to share this with you guys, and I think this pick me will be a big changer, I think, and it gives me a lot of hope for Quake. It just like makes me think that they really working on the game right now,
Yeah,
and maybe they want to push it somewhere like further, you know?
yeah, that's what I got from that as well. Because we don't really have, any indication if it's going to be more QPL or etc. So
Hmm.
everyone was kind of losing hope. But all of this is like the biggest update they've done in quite a while. So this gives me a lot of hope going into the future.
Hmm. Hmm. Same. Anyway, that's it, Bruno. Thank you for assisting me with this one.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, no problem.